Anthony Edwards has gone out of his way, almost nearly out of his way, to say, Victor Wembanyama, he's the face of the league. He's the guy that can turn it around. And someone asked him, do you want to be the face of the league? He said, no. I am shocked. I'm not shocked, Gary. He's adamant that he doesn't want to be the face of the league. We all want him to take the mantle. He's young, charismatic. He's got that Michael Jordan Southern charm to him. He's got the game that is very attractive to everybody. He flies through the air and everything else, but he doesn't want it. Gary, how do we react to that?
I think it's a good thing for the league because Anthony needs some refining, right?
That's his concern.
Yes,
that is his concern.
He needs some brand management. He needs to polish himself a little bit in terms of how he deals with social media. Like, I love the whole, like, I'm going to sit in a chair, no shirt on, and just talk to the media and just shoot straight. I think that's great.
He's authentic.
Yes. I wish other players in our league would be so open and honest, but also being open and honest and sometimes too honest. And sometimes we all know Anthony got a personal life that he might need to kind of get together a little bit. You hear things. So the face of the league, I don't think he's ready for that because you don't want your face of the league to be kind of messy. And Ant-Man is an amazing player and he's charismatic and he's got everything, but he just needs a little bit of polish. Like, he's got it gets too messy for him at times. Some of the things he said on social media, some of the personal things. So I think it's good. He's like, hey, I'm not capable of that. Like, if a dude sees and views himself accurately, we all want people to be accountable. We all want people to say, nah, I ain't for this. Because everybody thinks they're capable of anything. You can dream. You can do everything you want to do. Everybody thinks they're capable. Everybody thinks they Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Everybody, we deal with journalists who think they're ready to work at ESPN. They 19 years old. We all can dream. But for Anthony to realistically say, yeah, I like to hoop and I got a good personality, but I ain't ready for that pressure of being Mike. I ain't ready for that pressure to be in Bron. I applaud that because in as much I think Anthony needs the problem, and he's 22. Like,
he's 22. He's a kid. That's the thing, Gary. He's a kid. He's 23 years
young
old.
Guy, and these young guys come into the league and they live grown man lives with all the obligations and the off court life and the partying and the NBA life is not for the faint of heart. Like, you got to have some discipline and a great support system. And if you really don't, it could be very hard to manage both sides, playing hoop and trying to keep your personal life in check. So,
yeah, the social media element of it with Ant, it gets a little messy, like you said, it gets a little sticky, unfortunately. And I think Ant is aware of that. Like, when I think Ant also knows that the league needs him. But he also is self-aware enough to know that there's only so much that he can fulfill because he knows he can't authentically be himself and carry the league on his back. That's one thing that I don't think we give LeBron James enough credit for.
He's an honest guy. He's not a good guy.
You say he's not a bad guy.
No, he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. No.
He's not a squeaky clean image. When you say good guy, you say not a squeaky clean image.
He ain't Will Smith in 2000. He's not the guy that's going to come in and just, hey, how you doing? How you doing? He's not shaking hands and kissing babies. Like, and as much as the league would love that, and I think Ant-Man eventually at 25, 26, 27 could be that guy. But you got to let him mature and grow on his own. And obviously he could go and get some polish and just figure, okay. And I think I don't ever want him to stop being honest because I think it's good that he's honest, but I also think it's good that he's assessing himself and saying, yeah, like, look at Victor, charismatic, multilingual. I think I saw him at the thing speak Spanish and speaks French in addition to being fluent in English. Good looking guy, just he's playing everything right. He's pushing all the right buttons. Whoever is molding and helping Victor is making great calls because Victor has not had a mishap yet. He keeps to himself. He carried the All-Star mantle and said, "Yeah, I want to play hard in this thing." He didn't get caught up. He wasn't out. We didn't hear no stories about his first All-Star experience as a player. Not, like nothing. Victor is doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's a guy that the face of the league needs to be. Maybe not crystal clean, but just a guy who gets it. And Ant-Man, I think, understands, like, I'm a kid from Atlanta. I'm just loving this. And honestly, like, I don't know if I'm ready for that responsibility. And I think that's fair for him to say.
Yeah. Look, one, to be the face of the league, I'm going to say the thing. You've got to have Nike on your side. For one, you got to have Nike on your side. That's Victor Wembanyama. Like you said, there's all the other things. You got to have some pedigree. I'm curious if the league will invest in an international player as a face of the league. But I think the league is in such a spot where whoever wants it will be the face of the league. It's not something that the league will anoint. Kevin Durant doesn't want it. Excuse me. So they never put him on that pedestal of responsibility. Steph Curry kind of slid into it, and he was fine with it, and the league embraced it because he was a contrast to, Superman LeBron. But that's a story for another day. It's very fascinating. Someone has to be it, and the league wants someone to be it. They're just not sure whoever the hell is going to be.